Good morning, W7 Nation. We said last night, if you were with us, don't wait until the midnight hour. Get your pledge in now to make sure that your vote is counted. And Connor, every year I say nothing could surprise me anymore. I was beyond surprised last night.
You surprised me twice with the first of the text message update. I had to confirm back, and then I didn't hear anything for a couple minutes, and then all of a sudden there was a conference call set up, and I was like, "Oh boy!"
It was to say a surprise would be the understatement of the year. When we left you last night at 11 o'clock, let me put up what the numbers were. I don't think I've got it on here. So anyway, the numbers were it was Notre Dame with a $8,700 lead over Random Lake and about $10,000 over Germantown. And you always say it's never over till it's over, and I believe that, and I still believe it, but what actually happened, I cannot believe. But what happened?
Chills.
What happened was we got a flurry of donations literally in the last 11 minutes of the homeschool contest that put everything that we had believed up to that point completely upside down. And without spilling the beans, I'm going to have you look at this video to give you an idea of the winner of our homeschool contest for 2022-23. So here it is. I would encourage you to watch it all the way to the end. So just watch it to the end. Don't just watch the first few seconds. Watch the whole thing, because it's important you watch it all the way to the end. All right, so I'll play this, then I'll come back and we'll explain, and we'll do our congratulations and get you on your way. Here we go.
We are the champions, my friends.
You are not seeing double. I know I was up late last night, but what you actually saw is the truth. We actually have, for the first time ever in W7 history, dual homeschools. Random Lake is our W7 homeschool, South homeschool, and Green Bay Notre Dame is our W7 North homeschool. And so your first question is, well, how did that happen? Because every year you've always done one homeschool. Well, when we got the donations in last night and we got through all the counting and everything else, what we found out was the difference between first and second was 0.0082%. Let me say that again. Not 8%, 0.00, which is 0%, 0.8 of 1% was the difference between first place and second place. And you had two highly committed, highly motivated, very strong communities that both wanted this. And when the numbers shook out last night, I actually got on the phone with our principal stakeholders at each school that's kind of been leading the charge for each of their schools. And, first Ed and Connor and I met and said, what are we going to do about this? I mean, Connor, what was your thoughts when you saw this come in because I went through the numbers with you. When you saw the numbers come in and when we kind of laid it out, what was your thoughts?
Well, I mean, my thoughts initially were, man, I obviously partial. Random likes to homeschool this year, but all the work we've done with Notre Dame through last year's postseason and this year's postseason as well, and some other things. I'm like, man, heartbreak for them. Come so close. I'm like, I don't know how they're going to accept losing. They don't lose. And
Right, right,
I'm like, and they, other than it'll highly motivate them coming up. But yeah, I mean, I was like, man, they were so close. That stinks. And it took honestly, I felt the same way for Notre Dame initially, or who came in second place. I can't even remember who came in. It was so close. Doesn't really matter, right? 0.008%. But when you're on the phone, I had the same reaction as I did 2-3 years ago when I was helping lead the charge with Michigan, and you called me at like 12:05 and was like, "Hey, here's the deal. It was this close, right?" I'm like, "Man, that it sucks." But I'm glad once we kind of recounted and got down to the kind of the nitty gritty of how close it was and what the actual kind of percentage was. It's kind of like, you know what? They've both done a lot for us. Um, Money aside, right? They've done a lot with support, ADs,
right.
everybody rolling out the red carpet. Uh, always have somebody to fill things like that, right? And that, how can we make this work for both squads, both not both squads, but both schools and communities.
Well, and the good news is neither team is going to have to compromise. It's not like, hey, you're only going to get half of
Ooh,
what you would normally get. We've got measures in place that are going to make sure both teams are really, they get the entire homeschool experience, or both schools, and we're going to make sure that happens. Connor and I, we're probably texting till probably 2 o'clock in the morning, just about how do we make this happen? How do we make this work? We've got some really, really creative ways that we're going to make this happen. But at the end of the day, it's a win for Random Lake, and it's a win for Notre Dame, and it's a win for girls sports. Is really who the biggest winner is girls sports. This
it, it,
is
it really
this
it really
year.
is.
This year, we broke every record that we've ever had as far as fundraising goes. I mean, not just broke it, I mean, destroyed it. And what this shows is what we've believed since day one, and that is that girls sports matters. It matters to the people in this state. It matters. You can see what's happening around the country right now with women's sports. It matters, and it's just every bit as important as men's sports and boys' sports. And I think the support that we got from our followers and really just from our community shows that.
Well, you see it, right? You see the numbers over the last year and a half, 2 years, right? NCAA women, they put a game on ABC and it draws X many viewers and it's the most ever. And well, yeah, that was number one versus number two in the nation. So you expect that. And then this year you see, on ESPN, all of their Elite Eight games have out drawn anything NBA wise that ESPN has put on, which is incredible considering the fact of their Christmas Day lineup and stuff that they have, and that captive audience. But to see it now kind of trickle down into the high school level, and more specifically locally here to Wisconsin and us, like you said, it high school girls sports athletics, it matters and it's important to people. And talking with a couple of Notre Dame kids this morning, uh, how important it was for their family members to be able to watch from. I think Gracie Gresh named off like 5 or 6 states. That, hey, my family can tune in and watch, and that's important for her, and it's important for the family and a basketball family like that where her dad's on the road traveling every other weekend. He can still tune in and be a part of that experience, even though he's coaching his St. Norbert squad, on the road. He can still support her and be there for her, and it's tremendous.
Well, and I just, I'm really almost at a loss for words, which, and you know me, I mean, that's like a rarity that, I mean, that just doesn't happen. But,
Hmm.
just to recap what we've, based on if you're just joining us, this is the homeschool, announcement for 23-24. Based on the support that we got from both communities, and when I say both, I'm talking about Random Lake and Green Bay Notre Dame, we felt that the right thing to do is to have dual homeschools, and that's what we're going to have. So it's a first. It's kind of funny too, Connor, because we kind of kicked around in the past about maybe doing a north and south homeschool just because of our growth in the Fox Valley and really what we're
Hmm.
seeing there. And in a way, we kind of did that this year, not intentionally, but it just kind of worked out that was really the best way to go and the best path for us to take.
Absolutely. Well, and I think the big thing too is it's not just the Random Lake community, and it's not just the Notre Dame community that benefits, but it's going to be the trickle down effect to now. I mean, obviously with Random Lake, we got into a lot of the Big East and stuff this year, and we have in the past with Michigan and Oosburg and stuff like that. But now we'll be able to tap into a little bit more and get some more schools, in the FRCC that's on Notre Dame's schedule, and some of the other non-cons that volleyball plays and softball plays and things like that. So um, we've been up here now for 2 years. We've expanded a lot, but there's so many more untapped areas that now we get to go into and tap into those and bring that experience to those kids and those families.
I'm really just so excited about what lies ahead in the coming year. Again, we mentioned this last night that regardless of what happened, whether we blew out every record or whether we got absolutely nothing, we would we would continue going. And now, not only can we continue going, we can. I believe there's some things that we can do to make the experience even better for first of all, and first and foremost for the girls, but also for the families and for the communities. There are a couple people that I need to thank, and believe you me when I tell you this, you're going to be hearing these names a lot. Over the next, the 23-24. First of all, before we get into 23-24, I need to thank Bay Area Granite and Marble. So Bay Area Granite and Marble actually in the Green Bay area is sponsoring our final package for the 2023 softball season, and that's going to be with Green Bay Notre Dame. So Green Bay Notre
Fantastic.
Dame takes our final package, which we were offering this spring. The first one went to Germantown, as you know, and the second one, as a result of the fundraiser and the homeschool contest, goes to Green Bay Notre Dame. So that's underwritten and supported by Bay Area Granite and Marble. I've also got to give a big shout out to our friend Chad Molesky for helping to make that happen and bringing us together to make this occur. So that you'll hear a lot about Bay Area Granite and Marble over the next couple months as we get into Notre Dame softball. We've already started, but looking forward to bringing them on as a W7 sponsor for the remainder of this spring. Secondly, let's get into our 23-24 sponsors. And I don't have logos or anything of that stuff yet because it's just hot off the press. But first of all, we have to give a huge thanks to Van Horn Automotive. Van Horn Automotive, that should not be a name that you don't know. They have literally dealerships all across the state. Ford dealerships, and Chuck Van Horn and was super helpful and came through as a big sponsor. Again, Chuck, really believes in what we do. Understands that, hey, it's about everybody. It's about all the communities. What we said last night. When somebody supports us, it raises the boats for everybody. That's so and everybody wins for that. But Chuck, of course, lives in Random Lake, and him and Dave Borchert got together and said, hey, how do we come together? And so we actually met with Chuck and Dave last month in Random Lake, and they both said, hey, we want to win the homeschool contest. What do we have to do to make that happen? And so that was their goal, and you can see, mission accomplished. So you're going to hear a lot about Van Horn Automotive. We've got some really great ideas that we're going to be rolling out, and some great plans as far as how we bring them into the fold, just like we did with Jolly Good Soda. And of course, Jolly Good Soda continuing on as a great sponsor of ours. That doesn't change. So we're adding Van Horn. We're also adding Northright Financial from the Green Bay area. That's a Notre Dame supporter. That's his company. So we'll figure out how. That's Mike Whitehouse. We'll figure out how we're going to make that work as far as what the sponsorship levels or what the sponsorship's going to look like. Again, this is all within the last 9 hours, so I don't have all the details worked out yet, but I can guarantee you'll be seeing a lot from Van Horn Automotive, from Northright Financial. Also, we've got another organization that I can't name just yet. We will in the coming weeks, but there's another one that signed up with us as well. And then, of course, Jolly Good Soda and Bay Area Granite and Marble. All of those guys, thank you guys so much for believing in what we do, believing in us, and we're looking forward to having a strong partnership with you guys that'll hopefully go beyond this year into the future. But we're excited about this year and what that what that's going to bring.
Absolutely, like you said, it elevates everything across the state and in our area, and it gives us opportunities to bring a elevated an even more elevated broadcast and experience for the kids, and and it's, I think we said it a couple times last night, just humbling of
It is.
what the impact that it's made, right? I mean, sometimes you don't think it, whatever, and obviously there's a lot of people out there that love what we do, and this is a byproduct of it. But as we always say, I mean, our pay is the smiles on the court, and
It is.
the post game interviews, and everybody coming up at state or whatever. I mean, some of the stories that you've shared, that you've had with people over the last year, and some of the ones that I have of just, hey, grandma and grandpa were able to watch it, and I think of the Barringtons having basically their grandparents and their friends are like, we can't get Jolly Good in Minnesota. The next time you come out, you got to bring Jolly Good for us. And they watch it. They watch their granddaughter all the time. Like it was like the Wednesday night show, right? Oh,
Yeah.
granddaughter's playing on W7
Right.
on Thursday night. The neighbors would come.
The neighbors
over and
came
watch the
over. I
game.
mean, it was a little community experience for the Barringtons, and I hope it made Hope's senior year special, and
Yeah.
that she enjoyed that. And the same thing on the Random Lake side. I mean, one of the Random Lake parents, I mean, he's told me, hey, my dad can't get out anymore and can't come to games, and he's actually blind now and can't watch the games. But you guys do such a great job of describing what's happening and doing the play-by-play. He listens to every game, and
Yeah.
the other thing I heard over and over was, this is not just for this next year. This is a thank you for believing in girls sports, for having this vision of what you guys wanted to make, and taking a chance, and creating something from nothing, which we all did that together. And so I mean, that's to hear things like that, it's again truly humbling. But we're excited. We're excited to go forward into 23-24 and bring you some great sports. And I will say this. yes, these are our homeschools, but we're gonna keep doing what we do. So it's not gonna change how we schedule. It's not just gonna be these two schools. Obviously, I mean, we're gonna continue doing what we do. Our focus, our top focus will again be the homeschools because that's just how we operate. But our goal is what it's always been, and that is to elevate girls sports across the state. And I think, together, when I say together, I mean our team and you. I think together we're making that happen. And I think, we just got to keep the course, look for some great upgrades coming to some of the things that we're doing. We're going to keep pushing the boundaries, keep pushing the limits. And some people love it. Some people hate it. If you love it, great. If you hate it, sorry, but we're not changing. We believe in what we're doing. We believe that it matters, that we believe that this is what the girls want because we talk to them. We're with them all the time. So I mean, they're our stakeholders. They own this company. We just take care of it for them.
Yeah, I told some of the kids today. I said, "You know what this means?" I goes, "This just means more cameras and more mic'd up segments." And they're like, "Yes, we can't wait. When are you coming?" I'm like, when's practice?
Yeah, exactly. So with that said, I want to wish you guys all a great weekend, and I cannot be more humbled and more grateful for the support we have. I say it all the time, and I believe it now more than ever. Nobody's got a better following than W7 does, and what I mean better, I'm not talking about bigger, but we are 20,000 strong now. But I'm talking about, if you're one of our supporters, you're a hardcore girls sports fans, and those are the people that we love. And what the other thing that we're finding is we're bringing more and more people in every day. I get messages from people all the time saying, "I just happened across one of your games and I loved watching it, and I loved the stories, and I can't wait for the next one." So it's not just grandma and grandpa that are watching. We got people from all over the country and literally all over the world that watch our stuff that have nothing to do with any of these teams, but they love what we're doing. They love the approach, and they love watching the girls play. And that's what we're all about. That's what we're going to continue to be about. I want to thank you guys for your support. Again, huge thanks to Bay Area Granite Marble, to Jolly Good Soda, to Van Horn Automotive, to Northright Financial. Again, you're going to hear more and more about these organizations as we get into 23-24, and it'll start this spring with softball. So we're gonna sign off for now. I'm gonna maybe catch up a little bit of sleep. I don't know if you got to work today or not, Connor, but I'm off today, so I gotta rest up.
I got to go in here in a little bit, but
We've got
what a great night and great experience, and that extra motivation to get through the rest of this year and tackle the summer and everything going on next year.
We've got a lot coming up this spring, obviously with softball, but also this summer we've got a lot of events that we'll be sharing with you, and then getting ready for volleyball back in the fall again. So for Connor Du Bois, for Ed Rowie, for Sarah Nassif, who am I forgetting? For Dave Beasley, thank you for your support of W7. Thank you for what we've helped build together, and let's keep doing it. Let's keep growing it, keep making it better, stronger, and do everything that we can for the girls. Hey, we'll see you maybe tomorrow. Doubleheader scheduled. Not sure. It's probably not going to happen, but I'll let you guys know. In the meantime, here is that championship video again. Congratulations, Random Lake. You are our W7 homeschool in the South, and congratulations, Green Bay Notre Dame. You are our W7 homeschool in the North. Have a good day, everybody.
We are the champions, my friend.